Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. So today we are going to start session 11, which talks about the maf'ul, which we can call it the detail if you like, in a jumlah fi'liyah, in a verbal sentence. But before that, I just want to run down a few things from the last session, which was about hal. Yeah, this is about hal. And what hal was about, we looked at it, that it came from the root letters ha, waw, and lam. Yes. And it's the state or condition of someone or something. And that someone or something is what we call the sahibul hal. Yeah, the sahibul hal. And this person or thing, yes, has to agree in number and gender with the hal itself. Okay, so what do we mean by this? We will see on the last few slides on hal. And then I listed down the things or the characteristics of hal. First, it's an isim. Okay, it is an isim. But it can also be a jumlah that represents an isim. Remember, during the early times when we first began, if you can remember, in a long time ago, that you can actually replace an isim with a jumlah, with a sentence. Now, maybe I'll share that particular slide from the past class later on in the group. Yeah. And it has to be mansub because we're talking about the detail. Yes, it's nakira, it's fadla, which means it's not a pillar of a sentence. Yes, it's not an imad. And it comes after a sentence that's complete, meaning that if you take out the hal, the sentence is still grammatically intact. But of course, you lose the meaning. Yeah, there's some meaning that is lost. And it's mustaq, meaning it is derived from a fi'il. It's not a jamid word, not like tamyiz. Tamyiz is a jamid word most of the time. Yeah, some exceptions, but we didn't go through that yet. And it answers the question how. That means it basically clarifies and explains the condition of something. Yeah, and we said that the sahibul hal is always ma'rifah. Even when it is nakira, it has things like a sifah, for example, that defines it in a certain way, or it could also be a mudaf ilay, meaning that it belongs to something. So it's not something that's absolutely indefinite or nakira. There's some element of ma'rifah in it, even when it comes with a tanween. Yeah, so that's something that we need to take note of. Then I just explained what mustaq means. Mustaq means things like isim fa'il, isim maf'ul. These are all soft terms. Yeah. Siga mubala, just to jerk your memory a bit, things like you look like Rahim, Karim. Yeah, these are forms of siga mubala. And sifa mushabbaha, which is Karim. And normally sifa mushabbaha, we don't call it isim sifa because it goes back to verbs that are like karuma, the ones with the dhamma in the middle for the fi'il madin. So this is where we come with karim. So when we talk about this sort of quality for a fi'il with a dhamma on it in the middle, then we say it's a sifah mushabbah. We don't say it is an isim sifah anymore. Then we talk about fadlah, meaning it is not an arkan or a pillar of a sentence, like mubtada, habar, fi'il, fa'il, and naibul fa'il. So this is what we said. Umdah is just another name for pillar, umdah, something that supports, imad, pillars. And we said that when we translate hal, we translate it with the words li and ing. Li and ing, or sometimes with the words while or as, because of the haliyah. Okay, so far so good. Sister Fatniba? Yeah,
yes.
Alhamdulillah. So then we went on to look at this slide, which explained the different types of jumal that you can use to express hal, a condition of something. So I sat, how did I sit? Listening to the Quranic recitation from the radio. Okay. And then I joined the university, but how did you join? After my brother had graduated. And I memorized the Quran while you were still small. So these are all conditions of the person or the sahibul had. Yeah. And the wounded man came with his blood gushing out. And we said that, let me see. Okay. When it is a fi'il mudari, you will often see two fi'ils or two af'al back to back, like this one. Jalastu astami'u. Yeah. And then we have here, if it's a madin, usually we'd have something like waqad. Waqad, to break these two up so that you know that this is hal. And then here, when it is with a jumla ismiyah, like this one, I am small, yeah, you will have a waw haliyah to show that this is, what comes after this is a hal. Yeah. And here we are saying that not necessarily so. Yes, we can also have his blood is gushing out, right? So this is a jumla ismiya as well, with the khabar being a fi'il. But because of the who, we are allowed to say, we drop the wa. We are allowed to say, we are allowed to drop the wa. Yeah. So in this case, there is an exception to this rule. Okay. Now, I just want to see whether you understood all that. So we'll do a little exercise. And what I want to say in English is this. The children saw the fish swimming. Okay, the children saw the fish swimming. So we can see that ing, obviously this word is the hal. Yeah, but where's the sahibul hal here? Do you know, Sister Fatima?
Yes, Sada. I was thinking in the other sentences also. I was thinking who is the sahibul. I think the sahibul hal will be the file, right, Ustad?
Sorry,
Uh,
the?
the here the children saw. So the children um, are the one who no. The children saw the fish swimming.
Mm.
Saw the fish swimming. So the fish would be the who's swimming. You had to. I had to ask that question, no, Ustad?
Yes, exactly. Who is
Yeah,
swimming?
who's
Not the
swimming?
children.
Mm. Yeah, the fish is swimming.
Yes, so the soluble hull is actually the fish, yeah, which was
Mm.
different from all the other sentences we saw
Mm.
before. So that's good because you understand that, yeah, who is doing
Mm.
the hulling,
Mm.
basically.
Yes.
So here we would have the word atfalu. Yeah, this is for the children. Atfalun is the
Mm.
children.
Mhm.
Ra'a is the verb.
Mm.
And then asmaka is, of course, our fish. And
Yeah.
sabaha is to swim, yeah? It
Mm.
swam, for example. So now, if I were to make, so we know all this now, so everything is intact, yeah? We know our sentence. We saw the hull just now, the sahibul hull. But if we're going to make this sentence in Arabic, we have to
Mm.
match the sahibul hull with the hull in terms of number and gender, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to do the first type of hull, and you're going to do the second two, the second two types,
Mm.
okay?
Mm.
So the first hull we said was the mufrad. Yes, it's just one word. Then the second type was with a jumla fi'liya. And remember we said with jumla fi'liya, normally you see two af'als back to back, but not
Yes.
necessarily so, okay? Not
Mm.
necessarily so. So in this case, it won't be back to back, okay? Just to help you out there.
Mm.
And the third case would be jumla ismiya, and we have that waqad
With
thing.
the wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
well, sorry, wow, yeah. And this
Yeah.
one is for the waqad. Yeah. So yeah, alhamdulillah. See, you're on the ball, as they say.
Mm.
So let's see. So let me do the simple one.
Mm.
Okay. So the simple one would be to match sabaha with samakatun. Yeah, samakatun is the fish. I'm going to make the fish feminine
Mm.
so that we can see it. Then we would say, of course, the children saw the fish swimming. Yeah.
Mm.
And I chose the isim fa'il form, and we will stick to that to make things easier. The isim fa'il form of the verb, which is sabihun, but
Mm.
because it is feminine, it becomes sabihat. Sabiha.
Mm.
Okay, now, if we're going to do it for a jumla fi'liya, we have two types of jumla fi'liya, by the way. One is madin and one is mudari. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So if it is madin, let's do the madin. Madin comes with waqad. Okay.
وقد.
So how would I form my sentence?
Mm.
Hmm.
So we want وقد رأى الأطفال. Uh, so وقد will come before سابحة أستاذة.
Yes,
No?
it will come before sabihat because
Mm.
that's your jumla. Sorry, that's your jumla madin. There's such a thing, jumla madin, your fi'il madin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. So now before the waqad, what do we have? So we have now waqad, and we have to match the madin with the samaka, right?
Yes, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So how would we
So
say
we'll
that?
say ra. The first three would probably remain the same, right, Sada?
Yes.
رأى الأطفال السمك
Ta. Yes.
السمك
Asamakata. Yes. That's
وقد وقد صبح. No.
okay. This would be
Listen.
this is if it's an isim, right? So we're talking about a fi'il madin now.
Yeah.
So the fi'il madin would be for a she, right?
Okay. For she,
Yeah.
because yeah.
Okay.
So then it will be صبحت.
Yes, sabahat. Yeah, sabahat. Excellent. Yeah. So you're
Mm.
absolutely spot on here, and so are you here. Yeah. So now, if we want to do it with a fi'il mudarik,
Mm.
how would we go about this?
So it will be so قد will not be there.
Mm-hmm.
Then sabahat will become yusab. Yusabbi for the feminine would be yusabbih. No, no. Yusab. For the feminine version would be what?
Let me see. What was our normal? What was um,
Sabbaha
our
yusabbihu.
normal yansaru? Yes.
Yes. Nasara yansur.
Yeah. Yansaru, yansaru. When it goes to female, it becomes
Yansurna. No. Female is what said I forgot. Hunna something. No, that's for the
no.
plural.
This is singular. This is for the
Yeah, so
singular
singular.
one.
Yeah, so hunna is
So if it's
plural.
singular, it's not that
Then
complicated, right?
so
You just said it actually without
uh-huh.
you realizing it.
Okay, is yansurna that? No,
uh,
yansurn.
Yansuna, it starts with a ya, so that's not.
Oh yeah, ta ta. Yes, yes. I completely forgot about the ta part. Yes, sister. This is okay. So
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
tansurna, tansurna. No,
Okay.
tansu. Oh no, no, it's just tansuru. That's it. So nasar
Okay, so if it is sabaha,
sabaha, it will be um tasbihu. No,
tasbihu. Okay, good.
sabaha
Tasbahu.
yusbihu.
Okay, tasbahu.
Tasbahu. Okay.
Tansar. That's why this one
Tas.
tansaru. Yeah, that's what I saw here. Yeah,
Mm. Tansaru. Yes, sister. So tasbahu.
tansaru.
Mm.
Tasbahu because of the ba. Okay, alhamdulillah. See, you're getting it right.
Yeah, we're
Now,
reviewing details also. Alhamdulillah. I completely forgot about the singular part. Sir. I'm thinking hunna and na and all those things, but
that's what makes life interesting, isn't it? Yeah, the
Mhm.
mic is back. Okay, now the jumla fi'liya. Oh, sorry, jumla ismiya.
Mm.
What about the jumla ismiya?
So we'll get the wow halia. Mm.
Yeah, wow haliya.
Mm.
And what follows after the wow haliya? We want to make it jumla ismiya.
Mm.
Mm, because this is, you can do two ways actually. But let's do the simple way first.
Simple way, yeah. So it will be still ra al atfalu as-samakata
Mm.
wa mm, as you said, jumla ismiya. So it will be
We have the wa, and then after
mm,
the wa, what would be there?
we need a mubtada and khabar, Sada.
Mm. So it is
Um, it is swimming, no, Sada?
yes. So that means
Mm,
the habar is also a jumla. Yes,
because
swimming.
of the action, yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
So how would that be? How do we write
But
that?
the jumla, so
You have two
wahya,
choices. You
wahya.
can still use this one. You can use this one when it is strictly a isim and not
Uh-huh.
a
Uh-huh.
fi'il. Sabihat is the one swimming, right?
Mm.
So you can still do that. Wahiya sabihat,
Wahya sabihat,
sabihat,
bihat.
which
Mm.
sabihatun actually, or
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
here,
khabar.
mm, so sabihatun,
Yeah.
it is swimming. It can
Mm.
be that, and also we can also use the fi'il, and that would be this
Mm.
one. Yeah, we can do
Mm.
this as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, sister. Mm.
Okay, that's quite easy. Alhamdulillah. Okay,
Alhamdulillah.
let me do something superhuman tonight. We're going to finish a lot of slides in half an hour.
Okay.
Subhanallah. You have to concentrate really hard and
Yes,
then
inshallah,
see
I'll
where,
try.
inshallah. Okay. Now, we're going to have a look at some of these sentences here. Okay, the maf'ul. Daraba Zaidun Muhammadan bimitraqah. Bimitraqah.
Mm.
Now, this is hard. This is something you really hit someone. Okay, so to speak. So, in this case, with a hammer on top of that, okay, Zaid
Mm.
hit Muhammad with a hammer. Okay,
Mm.
hit Muhammad with a hammer. Now, in this case, Muhammadan, right,
Mm. Yeah.
is nasab. All right,
Yes.
it's nasab.
Yes.
And then we have something here as well. أهزتهم إلى المدرسة.
Mm.
أهزتهم إلى المدرسة. So I took them to school. Yeah, I
Mm.
took
Mm.
them to school. So notice what I'm saying first. I'm saying I hit, Zaid hit Muhammad. Then I'm
Mm.
saying I took them to school. Yes. And now I'm saying فتحت فتحت النوافذ بسرعة. Yes.
Mm.
She opened the windows quickly. This is a plural. Yes,
Mm.
she opened the windows quickly. The ones in blue, you don't really have to look at it. Yeah. What I want you to look at is actually the ones in red.
Mhm.
Yeah. So then the question comes in your head, right? When she opened the windows quickly, what did she open? Who did you take to school? Who did Zaid hit with a hammer, right? So
Mm.
that's who, and this is what. And then we have تجعلني أشعر بالذنب. Oh, أشعر means to feel. Hmm?
Mm. Mhm.
So this one is another case of a fi'il or jumla being used as something. Okay, being used as something. You make me feel. You make me feel. أشعر is to make you feel, and bizan with guilt. Yeah, with guilt,
Mhm.
being that you
Mhm.
made a mistake or something like that. Yeah. So taj'aluni, you make me ash'uru, feel guilty. Yeah. So this is one of those cases where there are two of these things. Yes, there's two of these
Mm.
things. Where at least two, there's only one of these things. So what is this thing?
But Sada, why in the fourth one you have a it's marfu ash'uru?
It's not marfu, darling. This is ash'uru bizamb. This is a jumla.
Uh-huh.
And this jumla is fi
Is
mahal
the
nasbin.
fi mahali nasb? Okay.
Oh, yes, that's right. Because the first one is already nasab.
Mm.
So there's two maf'ul here.
Mm.
Because you're looking at ja'ala, remember? Ja'ala is
Yes.
one of those verbs with two maf'uls.
Yes.
Ah, so what sort of maf'ul are we looking at here? So we said what question is being asked, right?
Yeah.
So whom did Zaid hit? Whom did I take? What did you open? Whom did you make feel? Yeah. So these are questions to information that we call the receiver of the action. What do we normally call it?
Maf'ul bih.
Yes, ma'ul bihi. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Very simple. Maf'ul bihi. Yeah, but this one, this is because it's a fi'il. It's not an ism. Yeah, ash'uru, ash'uru. And this is treated as fi mahali nasab maf'ul bihi. Okay. So in this case, it can be an indefinite noun, no problem. It can be a domir, pronoun. It can be a definite noun, a nawafis, yeah,
Mm.
or it can be a sentence. Ashuru bizam. Yep. So the maf'ul can be in all these forms.
Mhm.
Then from the Quran, we see here ilafihim rihlat ash-shita'i was-sayf, which is winter and which is summer.
Yeah. So, رحلة الشتاء الصيف. Winter, summer. A saif is summer, no, sir?
Yes, a saif is summer. Well, why is it that saif is special for you?
I
Summer
just because
because of the sun. Summer. Okay. But Shita always brings me this picture of snow. I don't know why. So there's the sound of the word, right? Rihla is of course to travel. Yeah. La fihim is to they are secure. It is feeling how do you say? Yeah, feeling safe. Ilah. So secure in their traveling to Yemen. Yemen is in brackets, it's not stated, but it's understood. Yeah, we know that this is where they go to during the winter, and
Yeah.
this is where they go to during summer. Yeah, Sham
Yeah.
and Syria were the things. Then here we have another one, maf'ul bihi as well. Kaida, yeah, yaj'al kaida, and again we see our ja'ala thing. Did he not make their plot go astray? Yeah, did he not make their plot go astray? So that's another maf'ul bihi. طائرا أبابيل. I believe this is mamnun in nafsah because of the pattern. He sent against them flocks of birds. Yeah, flocks of birds. And here, ka, sometimes instead of being treated as half of jar, yeah, they also treat ka as an isim, and they say it's an isim with the meaning of misal, like, yeah, like. So that's another way of treating this. So we can have two irabs for this word. Yeah, we can have two irabs for this word. He made them like eaten straw. Yes, and this ka is considered an isim. So this ka is the one that they say is the maf'ul bihi. It's either that or we can take this as jawa majrur and then it is muta'ali to a maf'ul bihi. That's not there. Malan, straightforward. What did they collect? They collect uh, wealth. Yeah. And addada means because of the shadda, it's something that is done continuously. Yeah, forever counting money. Yeah. Hamla. So that's maf'ul bihi quickly. And then now let's look at this one. I don't know. I don't know why either Zaid is hitting someone or he's being hit. Okay. But he's quite popular in Arabic grammar, isn't it? It's the
Yeah.
equivalent of John, right, in English.
Yeah.
Darabtu Zaidan darban. Now we do not translate. Yes, we do. I hit Zaid a hitting, something like that.
Yeah.
We don't do
Yeah.
that. Although hitting would be the translation for darban, because here it's not there to repeat itself. It's there to emphasize. Yeah, so that's why when we translate it, we always say, I hit Zaid very hard or extremely hard. Yeah. So here, Qama Zaidun wukufan. How would you translate this? Is this, we're looking at what now? What are we calling this maf'ul?
Maf'ul bih.
No, the maf'ul bihi is here, Zaidan.
So, this one, maf'ul mutlaq, Ustaz.
Yes, this is maf'ul mutlaq. This
Mm,
is your famous maf'ul mutlaq. So wukufan.
mm,
Qaman Zaidun wukufan. Hmm. Isn't it supposed to have the same root letters? This one
mm,
doesn't have the same root letters, but it does have a similar meaning. Okay, so
mm,
this is allowed. When it has a similar meaning, then, and it's a masdar, okay,
mm.
then you can consider it as a maf'ul mutlaq. But how would you translate this? Qama is to,
To stand.
hmm. And waqaf, normally we look at it as something that is not,
Stop. That
yes,
not moving. Yeah.
yes, not moving. So how would we say this?
So Zaid stood.
Mhm.
Z-
And it's not moving.
Zaid stood a long standing or something like that.
Ah, well, we were looking, as you said, he's not moving. So
Mm,
I translated it this way, inshallah.
mm,
Yep. So Said stood
ah,
completely still. Yeah, because he's
mm,
not moving.
mm,
But of course, if you were to put this in Google Translate, it's not going to come up with Qama Zaidun Wukufan. And even when you put this, it will come up with just Zaid is standing. Yeah.
mm,
But we
mm.
know from that expression that it's not just a normal standing. Okay.
Right.
It's a special kind of standing. Okay. Now then we have another type of maf'ul mutlaq. Yeah. Which has the same root letters,
Mm.
but what is it trying to convey? Uhibbu
صديقي
sadiqi.
حبا حب الأخي.
Hubanil
حب
akhi. Yeah.
الأخي. Yes. أنا
Yeah.
قلت أخي then, yeah.
Yes. So in this case, you notice this is more like emphasis, these two.
Mhm, mhm,
But in this case, it's trying to explain something, right? So
mm,
I like to consider maf'ul mutlaq as a description more than anything else. Yeah.
mm,
Because when we have an action, right? A complete action, when I say fi'l tam, meaning it's a complete action, tam,
mhm.
complete,
Yeah.
you have to have certain things. First, you
Yeah.
have to have the event, remember? The
Mm,
hadasa, meaning that something must have taken place, an action must have taken place. And when there's an action, there must be a doer. Yeah?
mm,
And then with that action, it has to occupy a certain amount of space in time and in
mm,
place. Okay, so
mm.
there must be time, there must be place, there must
Yeah.
be doer, there must be the action. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
So we have all the other names. And also we also have this thing called why that action took place. You know, why that action took place is also another thing. And sometimes that action takes place with someone. So that's
mm.
another detail. Yeah.
Right. Mm,
But as far as maf'ul mutlaq is concerned, it's describing the action. And it's describing the action in this way. How is it done? What's the
mm,
intensity of the action? Okay, this is what we saw here. And then what type of love is it? You know, what type of action is it? Yeah, so in this case, this sort of love is the love of a brother. And there's another form of maf'ul mutlaq that talks about the frequency of that action. Yeah. So
mm,
under maf'ul mutlaq, we see intensity, we see type, and we see frequency. Yeah. So tarakal baba taraqatain. How do I translate this? Taraka is to knock.
yeah. So I
Mm,
knocked the door twice.
yes, you did. He knocked actually.
He, sorry. Because, yeah.
Yeah. So if it's taraktu, yes, I
Um,
knocked the door. Yeah. But this is he knocked the door twice. Yeah. So we see the questions. What question is being asked? How did I hit Zaid? Yeah, extremely hard. How did Zaid stand? Completely still. In what way do I love my friend? Like a brother. How many times did he knock on the door? Twice. Yeah. So
mm,
basically, it describes the action that's done. Yeah. So this is
mm,
your maf'ul mutlaq. Mutlaq. But it's most famous, of course, for emphasis. Yeah. This is what
mm,
it's normally used. And then this one you see it once in a while, and this is another popular use for maf'ul mutlaq.
mm.
Okay, so what do we
That's
see from the Quran? Do we
So
have it in the Quran?
we have a lot of examples in Quran.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So this is one classic example. وَكَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا. Yeah, تَكْلِيمًا. So here Allah is saying, I actually talked to Musa. Yeah.
Mm.
So he spoke to Moses directly. Yeah. And here's another one. فَإِنَّ جَهَنَّمَ جَزَاؤُكُمْ جَزَاءً مَوْفُورًا. Yeah, مَوْفُورًا. This is from Surah Isra. And we're telling the disbelievers that hell will definitely be what you will get. Yeah, and there will be
Mm.
some getting. Yeah, it's an ample response. This is how it was translated, I think by Sahih International, if I'm not mistaken. So here, fatahna laka fathan, as you can see, all the root letters seem to agree. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Mm.
here, some say fataha is victory. Some say it's conquest. Some say it's an opening. Yeah. So
Mm.
I like
All
this
the
best.
answers, all the meanings suit here, Stan.
Yes, that's right. It's all there
Mm.
because when we go in and well, we open the doors there, yeah, in Makkah, right? And
Mm.
you open the doors to hidayah for them. Okay,
Mm.
fatahna mubina. Yeah. So mubina is sifah, yeah, but the one that we're looking at is the fathan. Yeah. This is to show that it's open.
Mm.
Okay. Fajliduhum samanina. So this is another case on numbers. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Lash them with 80 lashes. Jaldatan. Yeah.
Mm.
So we don't have to say uh, with many lashes because the
Mm.
samanina is already there to explain.
Mm.
Um, sorry, yeah, this is your maf'ul mutlaq. Now, sometimes the maf'ul mutlaq is dropped, mahzuf, like in this
Mm.
case,
Mm.
and you're only left with a sifa. You're only left with a sifa. Yeah.
Mm.
So maybe this one you can even drop the jalda, and then the samanina gives you that impression that there were a lot of lashes. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's 80. Yeah, so here in this case as well, we're talking about eating from whatever is there
Mm.
in shurga, in Jannah, right?
Yeah.
So in Jannah they can take from anything they want. Yeah, haythu shi'tuma. Okay. Now let's have this is something that I just want to add to the maf'ul mutlaq. Yeah. Um, just now we said, oh yeah, that was an example, right? The sifah just now was an example. The ghadan, yeah, or
Mm.
ghadan. So there's other examples I want to share here when it's in a form of an ala and an adad. We saw the adad already. So let's check the sifah and ala again. So here darabtahu shadidan. So this is only the sifah that's left. So your maf'ul mutlaq has been uh, removed. Yeah. And this is your what we call it because it's in the place of the maf'ul mutlaq. So we call it like a deputy maf'ul mutlaq, yeah, something like that.
Mm.
And here was the original sentence, yeah, but the darban has been dropped. For the Allah, here we're talking about sultan, which is the whip. Yeah, so this is what replaced the darab, darban.
Mm.
Yeah, should be darban here, not daraban. Darban bisutin. Yeah, so this was the original sentence. Okay, now, so what are the differences between the maf'ul mutlaq and hal? What do you think?
Oh wow. Okay. uh, First of all, oh yeah, it can come. Does it come only with? It comes only with fails, no son.
The maf'ul mutlaq?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is one difference.
Okay, good. I don't have it in my table, but yeah, that's a worthy note. That's
Yeah.
true. What else do you think?
Uh, it's
Mm,
describing the action. Uh,
mhm.
al-ha.
How is the description different?
It's an adverb, no, Sada?
Yeah, in some cases, maf'ul mutlaq is an adverb. In some cases, it's yeah, you can say that. Hold on. So let's have a list. What you said is a good point. I should add it somewhere. The one about the fi'il. Yeah. Now, we see here, right? The most obvious one I feel is the root letters.
Mm. Yes,
Mm,
Sada. Yeah.
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 So that's the one that I feel is what stands out, because with the hal normally it does the meaning is different and it's
Mm.
different root letters because it's describing the sahibul hal. That's the second point. This describes the action, but this one describes the sahibul hal,
Mm.
which sometimes, as we saw, like the children saw the fish swimming, right?
Mm.
The
Mm.
sahibul hal is not even the doer to the action of seeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm.
So it's actually a different action that we're talking about. So that's another thing. And the purpose, of course, this one is to emphasize and, like we said just now, to show the frequency, yeah, to explain what type of action it was. Whereas this one is just describing what the Sahibul Hal is doing,
Mm.
how he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of action in what state? One is the action, the other one is the state of something. Yeah,
Mhm.
one is the actual action. This is the state of something. And that something might be the doer of the action or may not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here again, I hit Zaid very hard. This is just I hit Zaid and Zaidan in both cases. Oh, this one is not a hal, by the way. This is maf'ul mutlaq. Yeah, I'll put another example here. Yeah, this one is not
Mm.
right. Do you have an example you want to put? Maybe
Mm.
you what?
Hard, right?
Mm,
So,
you can say I hit Zaid repeatedly. Maybe, yeah,
mhm.
that's an
Or I
action.
did say when while he was sleeping.
Oh, but yeah. So the Sahibul Hal now is Zaid, right? Not you.
Mm.
Okay. So Zaid while he was sleeping. Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so I'll put that nanti, inshallah. So now the other one now. What's this all about? Mm. Ja'a Zaidun wa Muhammadan. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
ma, right? So this is like uh, I saw Zaid, like Jais came, no Sada. Okay.
Yeah.
Zaid came and Muhammad came too. That's what it means.
Okay. At
Or
the
Zaid
same time.
came, yeah, same time, yeah. Zaid
Okay.
came along with Muhammad or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep. Yep. So Zaid came with Muhammad. Yep. So
Mm.
this is significant in the sense that it's nasab and it's not
Mm.
marfu. Yeah. If this had been marfu, what would have, well, how would I have translated this?
You would say Zaid and Muhammad came.
Yeah. Zaid and Muhammad came. And this is one thing I'd like to emphasize about when this is a huruf, when it is a half atfin, when it's a harfu atfin, the waw only indicates that these two people did the same thing. Okay, they did
Mm.
the same thing, but whether they did it together or whether they did it one after another,
Mm.
it's not said. It's not understood to be that way.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just that they did the same thing. Zaid came, Muhammad came. Yeah, whether they did it one after another or whether they did it together
Who came
or who,
first also we
oh,
don't know. Mm.
yes, we don't know. Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is something that we need to remember here. But when we use it like this, then of course they came together. Yeah, ma'an. Alhamdulillah. What about this one? Shati'a is the beach.
Mm. So I saw Sarah is what? Sarah saw? No, no.
So to walk, to walk.
Oh, yeah, Zaid.
So yeah.
Mm. So Zaid walked.
The
Uh,
English translation, if we were
oh,
to do it the Arabic way, then it won't make sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we say Zaid walked to the beach.
So what I put here is I put Zaid
Uh,
walks along the beach because
along.
it's like,
Yes,
yeah, because
yes.
it's together, right? Side
Yeah.
by side.
Mm.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So this is when we do translation. Yeah, but if we look at it literally, then it doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like saying Zaid walks with the beach, right? So if
Yeah.
Zaid walked with the beach, we are implying that the beach can walk. Okay. Istawal ma'u wal khashabah. This is like it's like a log or something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Has from the tree. Yeah, the log that's from the tree. So I think you've seen this example before. This is a classic example of maf'ul ma'ah. So how would we translate this?
Istawa al-ma awwal.
Is
The
to
law.
be the same level. Yeah, to be the
Mm.
same level.
Istawa means what, Sarah? I
To be
forgot.
the same level. To make
But
equal. That's
to
how
it,
it is.
yeah, yeah,
Like when we
istawa.
say istawu,
Istawa.
but for the when they do the jama'ah prayer, right?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
make it. So this is istawa is
Mm.
to make. It's made
Mm.
level. Yeah, it's already past tense.
Mm. And so, how are you going to say the water?
Yes, correct. The water.
The water. Um, as we said, made Stava. So the water made the law. Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that easy because I
the
found
the
this a
the is
bit
it like
odd.
the log is floating on the water, something like that? But
We
there's no.
want to say that, right? When the water
Mm.
rises, the log rose with it. It's basically
Ah,
like that, it's
yeah, yeah,
basically like that. But
yeah.
I didn't know how to translate this really. So I just did it this way, and some of the others agreed with me. So let's just say something like this. Yeah, the water became level with a piece of wood or the log or whatever. Yeah.
Mm, mm,
But to me, it's more like the water and the log raising, oh no, rising together. Yeah.
mm,
But yeah, this was acceptable. That's what I was told. Okay,
mm.
okay. So what question is being asked? Now this is a bit difficult. Yeah, with whom did Zaid come? Yeah, along what did I walk? So with what did the water become level? Yeah, so it's answering the question, or with whom or with what? Yeah, things like that. So this is where we call it ma'ahu, which means, of course, with it. Yeah.
Mm.
So the i'rab for this would be something like this because it's always mansub. Yes, so it's mansubun wa alamatu nasbihi al-fathah. Yep.
Mm.
So that's how, unless of course it is a ghais munsarif word, then maybe you will have to put a different
Mm.
type of i'rab. Okay, from the Quran, you actually have from the Quran, but not many. Yeah.
So
So
how many mafuls are, like, how many times, like, are there more, like 5 or 7, or how many of those guys are there?
there's five ma'us. Yeah,
Five,
these are
right?
the,
Yeah,
the official one is hams. Yeah, just five.
five.
So
Okay.
we saw
So
maf'ul
maful bihi, maful
matul
mutlaq, matul
and
ma, maful ma, and
mhm. Then we'll have maf'ul lahu
Mhm.
or ijlihi. We can also
Mm,
that. Yeah. And then
mm.
the last one, what do you think?
Uh, maful akhiri.
Remember
I don't know.
when? Sorry, maf'ul.
Akhiri something, because you said
No,
last
no,
one.
ijlihi is lahu, the same. Yeah, it means
Oh,
to tell
actually.
you why it happened.
Mm,
So
mhm,
you have an action that takes place, someone did it,
mm,
again, to someone, right? And then why did it happen? How did it happen?
mm,
So, but it has to occur within a space, right?
mm,
Remember I
mm,
said,
mm.
so what's the last one?
When
Within
did
a
it
space. When and where, right? It's either when
happen?
or where. It can be
Yeah,
when and where.
yeah.
And if we call it maf'ul, in
Uh,
it, in it.
maful in it, you're saying, sir?
So how do we say that in Arabic? Maf'ul in it.
Maful fi, fi.
Yes, ma'ul fihi. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm sure you know that. It just that maf'ul.
Subhanallah.
So that's the fifth one. Yeah, maf'ul fihi is the fifth one. And we will do that last because that's a long story. Zarfs are a long story. So we will do that when we come back from Ramadan, inshallah, and from Eid. Okay. So here, I can only come up with one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I only had one example. فَأَجْمِعُوا أَمْرَكُمْ وَشُرَكَاءَكُمْ. So here again, we see, but this problem with this one is that both are nasab. Yeah. But the thing about, we will see the difference later, the difference between atfin and ma'ah. So devise a plot along with your associate gods. Yeah. So this is clearly something that is done together. Yeah. Oh yeah, I have another one. I do have another one. Good. So here, هم الذين كفروا وصدوكم عن المسجد الحرام والهدي. Hadiya is your sacrifice. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
مأكوفا. Yeah. So in here, they are the ones who persisted in disbelief and hindered you, stopped you, yeah, from entering the haram. And with this, yeah, this is in brackets, preventing the sacrificial animals from reaching their destination. Yeah, by stopping you, they prevented the animals from reaching their destination. So this is another case of ma'ah. But as I've said here, has the note here, my ustad said that there are other possibilities with maf'ul ma'ahu. Yeah, because sometimes it can be ma'tuf. Yeah, it can be ma'tuf, and sometimes more popular, it can, because this is jumlah ismiyah. Yeah, it can be well, kind of like a jumlah ismiyah, not quite, because this is mansub. It can also be haliyah. They like to translate
Yes.
this while. Yeah,
While,
while.
yeah.
So it's quite close there. The meaning is
Yeah.
quite close. Okay. All right. I may have to take about 5 minutes extra of your time. So this is the difference between at and ma'ya. Yeah. So we know, like you mentioned before, doesn't mean it happens together. Yeah. And it came together, or one was after the other. Yeah. But with ma'ya, it's always together because it's with, right? So this is always together. And then when we look at the ma'tuf alayh, the one that comes after the waw, it will follow the status of what it follows.
Yeah, but here it will be always mansub.
Yes, but in this way, it's always mansub. Yeah. So I'm just showing here that we can be with waw ataf, it can be marfu, yeah, and then it can be, of course, mansub, yeah, and it also can be jar, yeah. But with this fellow, it's always mansub. Alhamdulillah. If not, we would have a headache. Yes, alhamdulillah. So now we come to the last maf'ul for the night. Yeah. And what's this? Ji'tu talaban lil ilm. Talaban is actually the maf'ul. Yeah. I came to seek. Why did you come? To seek. To seek what? Knowledge. Yeah. Ji'tu. Then from the Quran, we see some examples like here. يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم. This one
Yes.
you can, yeah, من الصواعق حذر الموت. Yeah. So why did they put their fingers in their ears? Because they didn't want to listen. Yeah. And here again, this one, when it comes in the Quran, ibtigha is usually maf'ul lijlihi or lahu. Yeah. Normally. ما كتبناها عليهم إلا ابتغاء رضوان الله. Yeah, we did not prescribe it for them, except that they did so seeking the approval of Allah. Yeah, seeking ibtigha. Okay, so this was basically the questions that's being asked. Why? Why? Yeah, why? So this is your lahu or the ajlihi. Now, we need to also, this is the typical i'rab for it. We also need to know when it's not usually. Yeah, when it's not really. This is the Arabic way of saying that it has to be a masdar. It's another case of a masdar, but it's not maf'ul mutlaq. Yes, because it answers the question of lima. And then it has to have the same person doing it. Okay, there might be two actions in the sentence. So we want it to be the same person. Okay, for example, why did you come? Because you want to honor. Yeah? I came to you because you honor me. I came to you because you honor me. Okay, so is this maf'ul lahu?
Yeah, two. It's two, no, Sada.
Mm,
Mm.
to honor.
Mm.
So actually, basically, we can't say jiktuka ikramaka. Yeah, we can say li ikrami because
Yeah.
to honor, right?
Mm.
But
Mm.
we cannot write it this way to say the same thing.
Mm.
Mm? Yeah,
Yeah.
got that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the actions have to be done by the same doer at the same time. Yeah. So we'll say something like this instead. We don't say the kabit. Just say jiktu ikraman li Zaidan. Yeah, I
Mm.
came to honor Zaid. So you are the one who came and you're doing the honoring. Yeah. You're the one who came. Why did you come? Because you want to honor Zaid.
Mm.
Yeah. So
So the
this
one
is.
question, Sada,
Mhm,
like so for example, when we were looking at the when we're trying to find the fail, file, maful bihi like that in a verbal sentence,
mhm,
so let's say when we find this type of maful bihis, like these whatever one of those different kinds what we are learning here, mm,
mhm,
they can come in place of an actual maful bihi because they are a type of maful bihi. So for example, if I just looked at this example, right, jitu ikraman li zaidin, for example, and I would just like unknowingly I would just say that ikraman is my maful bihi, right? But I have not identified it correctly as
mm.
what type of maful bihi it is.
You can't say this is the maf'ul bihi though, can you?
uh,
You're
jitu
doing
I
this action to whom?
yeah
The
to
question for maf'ul bihi is who or what,
zaid.
right? So this
Hmm.
is who. So this is actually your maf'ul bihi, but it's in a form of li zaidin.
Ah,
Jawa majrur. Ah, this is
so that
still.
hmm. That means you said that I will still have a maful bihi and then an extra something.
Yes, that's why it's called fadla. It's not, it's not,
Ah, replacement. Ah,
because,
okay,
yeah.
got it. Got it, Ustad. Yeah, like Darban. Then now I just thought about it. Yeah. So
Mm.
yes, it is. It's always extra. Other. So you will like if you have you have a field which has to be tam, Ustad, all the time. It has to be tam.
Yeah, it comes
Mm.
after a complete sentence. Yeah, it does
Okay.
come after a complete sentence.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Mhm.
Got it.
Tam.
Okay. But and the order like here, this the one we had to focus on. Like it can come before maful bihi also.
Yes, it can also come before maf'ul because this is allowed. Yeah, this is allowed for the maf'ul bihi to come up. Because we've already done li zaidin. If this had been zaidan, it would have to come in front. Yeah, if not, we would be mixed up, as you said. Yeah, you
Got
might
it,
say,
Master.
yeah. So it could have been Ikram, a guy named Ikram, for all we know, and we
Mm.
added to him. You know what I mean? Zaidan
Mm.
could have been there. So, yeah, things like that. Alhamdulillah. Okay, that's a good question. Okay, inshallah, I will get the slides out once I've done the correction and share. And then throughout Ramadan, I'll be doing little quizzes here and there. I'll post it in the group. So when you have the time,
Mm.
just to do it, just to keep in touch with what you have
Yes.
gone through with us today.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay
Inshallah.
then.
Sir.
Okay. Allahumma barik lana fi Sha'ban wa baligna fi Ramadan. I
Mm.
wish you a Ramadan Mubarak. Yes.
You too,
Subhanallah.
sir. Please remember
Subhanallah.
us with the duas, Ustad.
Yes, and same, yeah. What, yeah.
Yes, we will inshallah. Definitely, Ustad.
Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Nastaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Ramadan Mubarak.
Amin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.